What's up, Summoners? My name is Nathan and welcome back to another ProGuides video. Today we're going to be taking a good look at the 10 broken mid laners that you should be abusing in your solo queue games. Let's just jump right into it. Starting us off strong, we got the infamous Icebird Anivia. Anivia has held her place as one of the top mid laners for a few patches now. Her ability to safely scale while still offering high amounts of burst damage early on makes her pretty threatening as a foe. Alongside with how powerful she is on her own, a lot of the best mid lane champions do pretty badly against her. Combine these two with the relatively easy kit and wave clear, and we've got a recipe for the perfect mid laner. We're not sure how long Anivia will hold her crown at the top, but for now, be sure you sit next to her at her throne. For your summer spells, you'll be taking Flash and Ignite. At this point, hopefully you've had enough practice with Anivia to dive right in and use her powerful early game with Ignite. With that being said, if you're recently joining us in our mid lane list, feel free to take Teleport to ease you in. As for your runes, Anivia's strength heavily relies on her early burst damage, so be sure to take Electrocute, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, Presence of Mind, and Coup de Grace. To start off the game, you'll be picking 2 health potions and a Doran's Ring. Since you're going to be starting off with the ring, on your first recall, be sure to grab a tier so you can start stacking it as soon as possible. As for the rest of your build, you'll be picking up Liandry's, Sorcerer Shoes, Zhonya's, Morellonomicon, Finisher Archangels, then if you want, pick up a Void Staff for additional armor pen, Rabadons for extra damage, or Demonic Embrace if you need some tank shred and some extra stats. Next up, we've got Zed. While Zed may seem like he's not as good as he used to be, he's actually doing better now than he was before. Just like Anivia, since the start of the season, Zed has been slowly making his presence known in the mid lane. After his build was solidified, he finally grew up to be a shadow assassin that we know and fear today. That being said, Zed is pretty difficult as a champion, but if you're looking to have some fun and learn some pretty cool mechanics, Zed can offer a kit that you can put hours into. Overall, don't skip out on this powerfully fun assassin. Regardless, let's prep you up before you press that accept button and dive into your next game. For your summoners, you'll be taking Flash and Ignite since you'll be looking to pick up some kills early on. As for your runes, you'll be taking Electrocute, Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, Ultimate Hunter, Transcendence, and Scorch. Combined with these runes and Ignite, be sure to start off the game with a refillable potion and a longsword for maximum kill potential. The rest of your build is pretty standard for most assassins. You'll be building Duskblade, Lucidity Boots, Ghostblade, Edge of Night, Sorrel's Grudge, and top off your build with Choice of Chainsword for anti-heal, Guardian Angel if you need extra survivability, or Serpent's Fang for when the enemy has too many Sterex, Shield Bows, or even champions like Seraphine and Ivern. Taking her crown as a reset queen, sorry Samira, we've got Katarina. The new season's item made Katarina into a bit of a weird champion since she had to juggle multiple builds in order to stay relevant. With her power finally being transferred towards an on-hit AP build, she solidified her place in the meta as one of the stronger mid laners at the moment. Just like Zed, she can be a little bit challenging at first, but with the time and effort that you put in, she can be an extremely fun champion that can tilt your foes pretty easily. Before we dive into Katarina's build, we can't forget everyone's favorite ProGuides tradition. For our question of the day, what is your favorite mid lane meta? I think when Riven was made famous as a mid laner by Faker, the mid meta was super cool since it slowly started being tested out by other fighters. Let us know your answers in the comments down below. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and dive into Katarina's best build so we can get you into our next solo queue match. For your summer spells, you'll be taking Teleport and Ignite. If you're just starting out with Katarina, we recommend taking Flash and Ignite instead. However, once you get the hang of her, switch over to Teleport instead of Flash. Trust me, you won't be sorry. As for your runes, you'll be taking Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Revenant Hunter, Triumph, and Coup de Grace. Paired with the runes, since you're going to be looking to snowball, be sure to start the game with a fillable and a Dark Seal. As for the rest of your items, you'll be building Sorcerer Shoes and Rush a Nashor's Tooth. Afterwards, be sure to grab a Hextech Rocket Belt, a Zhonya's, finish off with your Magi's, then top off your builds with the Void Staff for some extra magic pen or Rabadons for some extra damage. Next up, we've got Kassadin. This level 16 monster has slowly grown into the new meta and has taken a spot within the top mid laners for a reason. While his early game is still pretty weak, his build allows him to start off rampaging across the map as soon as he hits level 11. As usual, you never want a Kassadin to be fed early on, and even though his level 16 isn't what it used to be, it's still more than enough to carry in the current meta. Jumping right into this build, be sure to take Flash and Ignite as your summoner so you can better survive your weak early game. Once you get the hang of Kassadin, some matchups means that you can take Ignite, but overall, Teleport is a safer pick. As for your runes, since we keep ranting about your weak early game, be sure to take Fleet Footwork, Presence of Mind, Legend Tenacity, Coup de Grace, Taste of Blood, and Ravenous Hunter. You'll be starting off the game with a refillable potion and a Dark Seal. However, if you're versing against a pretty poke-heavy laner, don't be afraid to take a Doran Shield instead and pick up a Dark Seal later on. On your first recall, be sure to pick up a Tear as well. As for your rest of your items, you'll be picking up an Everfrost, Sorcerer Shoes, Zhonya's, Archangels, Magi's, and top it off with either a Rabadons or a Void Staff. Making her debut on our list, we've got Diana. Over the past few patches, Diana has slowly climbed the ranks and made her presence known within many mid lane tier lists. Her ability to deal with champions such as Kiana, Zed, and Katarina make her extremely powerful in the current meta. Alongside this, she's an absolute monster when it comes to team fighting. Overall, if you like AP fighters that can act like assassins, Diana is a champion for you. But before we dive into Diana's best build, don't forget to check us out at ProGuides.com. And while you're there, don't forget to use the discount code RANKUP2021 to get 20% off your next subscription. If you've been curious about how far ProGuides can take you, now's your chance. Nonetheless, let's break down Diana's best build at the very moment. For your summoner spells, you'll be taking Flash and Ignite in most cases, so you can pressure the enemy early on. If you feel like you need a little bit more safety in the lane, don't be afraid to take Teleport instead. As for your runes, you'll be taking Electrocute, Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, Mana Flow Ban, and Transcendence. Like most mages, you'll be starting off the game with Doran's Ring and 2 health potions. If you're going to be taking a lot of short melee trades early on, you can start a Corrupting Potion here instead. As for the rest of your builds, you're going to be building Hextech Rocket Belt, Sorcerer's Shoes, Zhonya's, Morellonomicon, Horizon Focus, and then top off your build with the Rabadons for some extra AP, or Void Staff if the enemy has too much magic resist. Next up, we've got Annie. This powerful fire mage offers high burst potential and can deal with many of the champions on this list. Alongside being a very powerful counter and team fighter, Annie's relatively basic kit means that you'll never have to spend hours in practice tool in order to get her combos right. Overall, if you're not one for flashy mechanics and extreme outplays, Annie can be the perfect champion for you. Similar to Diana, since you're looking to have a lot of early pressure within your burst, you'll be taking Flash and Ignite. Also, if you feel like you need some extra safety and map pressure, don't be afraid of taking Teleport here instead, especially if you can't kill your laner regardless. As for your runes, since we're looking to burst the enemy laner and jungler, you'll be taking Electrocute, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, Celerity, and Scorch. To start off the game, you'll be taking 2 potions and a Doran's Ring. As for the rest of your items, you'll be picking up Ludens, some Sorcerer's Shoes, Zhonya's, a Morellonomicon, a Void Staff, and a Rabadons. Your build is pretty set in stone since it covers all the areas that Annie needs as a powerful burst mage. Since we're on the topic of simple champions, we've got everybody's favorite stone statue, Galio. Galio is well known for being a safe yet powerful mid lane pick. His ability to hard counter many assassins in the lane while also being able to roam across the map at a moment's notice make him an extremely difficult threat to deal with. Combine this with a pretty easy kit and you've got a champion that can impact the map, win lane, and not make you lose your brain when you mess up a combo. Since you're looking to impact the map and have high base damage, you'll be taking Flash and Teleport. It's pretty unlikely that you'll ever need Ignite, plus you can always roam even more whenever your teleport is up, and you won't miss a thing. As for your runes, you'll be taking Aftershock, Shield Bash, Bone Plating, Overgrowth, Nimbus Cloak, and Transcendence. Since you have such high base damage, these runes will give you some extra padding on your defensive stats, so you can stay in the fight for much longer and take better trades early on. To start off the game, you'll have your choice of a Doran's Ring and 2 potions, or a Refillable and a Dark Seal depending on how much sustain and snowball potential you need to have in your lane. As for your rest of the items, you'll be building a choice of Defensive Boots, Hextech Rocket Belt, Zhonya's, Morellonomicon, Void Staff, and then your choice of a Rabadon's, Banshee's Veil, or if you pick up a Dark Seal earlier, you can upgrade to Magi's. Up next, we've got Ekko. Ekko doesn't have to go back in time to be one of the strongest mid laners at this moment. His unique kit, high snowball potential, and even higher burst potential make him an amazing pick in the current meta, as he's able to assassinate vital carries while also keeping himself safe in and out of lane. While he may need some time to get used to, overall, Ekko lets you play a little bit more reckless since you have a get out jail free card with your ultimate. Since you're going to be shoving in waves and most likely killing your laners with high burst, you'll be taking Flash and Teleport. Teleport will also fix any mistakes that you have in the early game while also letting you roam around the map without having to worry about your turret eating up your experience and gold while you're away. As for runes, you'll be taking Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, Absolute Focus, and Gathering Storm. These runes will make sure that you have the damage to take down any enemy that stands in your way while also giving you some nice scaling stats. As Ekko, you'll be starting off the game with a Corrupting Potion since it lets you hard shove waves with your Q without running low on mana. That being said, you can test out Doran's Ring and 2 potions and see how you feel with them. As for the rest of your items, you'll be building Hextech Rocket Belt, Sorcerer's Shoes, Lichbane, Zhonya's, Void Staff, and top off your build with the Rabadons for some extra damage, or a Morellonomicon if your team needs the anti-heal. With AP assassins becoming much more common, we couldn't forget about the slippery trickster, Fizz. This fast-bursting sea creature will let you tilt your enemies as you launch your ultimate from afar and assassinate them before you can use your E to hop away without taking a sliver of damage. Alongside his already high base damage, Fizz is extremely snowbally champion, and he can turn the tides of any game with just a few kills. His kit is a nice balance of being easy to execute yet also relying on decent decision making since you're not going to be wanting to ult the tank and dashing into multiple people by yourself. Since we were looking to get you fed early on, let's go ahead and start off with Flash and Ignite alongside with the Corrupting Potion. As for your runes, you'll be taking Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, Presence of Mind, and Legend Tenacity for some maximum early game burst damage. Be sure to pick up an early Dark Seal as well, so you can go ahead and get rolling as soon as possible. The rest of our items will be Zhonya's, Sorcerer's Shoes, Ludens, Lichbane, finish off your Magi's, and then top off your build with a Rabadons or a Void Staff depending on if you need extra penetration or just raw damage. Last but certainly not least, we got Katarina's adopted brother, Talon. Similar to his sister, Talon is able to snowball off a few kills and assassinate laners and vital carries with ease. His high mobility allows him to impact the map extremely quickly, as within a few seconds of shoving in a wave, he can appear in the bot lane for a double kill before the enemy mid laner can even get a chance to ping that he's missing. Overall, if you wish that Twisted Fate was an assassin, then Talon can fit the role perfectly for you. Since you're looking to get some early game kills, you'll be taking Flash and Ignite as your summoners. As for your runes, to further increase your assassination power, you'll be taking Electrocute, Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, Nimbus Cloak, and Absolute Focus. To start off the game, since we'll be talking non-stop about your early game kill potential, you'll be taking a refillable potion with a longsword. On your first recall, don't forget to pick up a tier for your scaling later. As for the rest of your items, you'll be building into a Prowler's Claw, Lucidity Boots, Man Immune, Serpent's Fang, Edge of Night, and finish off your build with Sorelda's Grudge for Armor Pen. Nonetheless, that pretty much sums up our video. Don't forget to join our Discord and ProGuides family at ProGuides.com or through our Discord with the link down below. We offer exclusive giveaways and classes that you won't catch anywhere else, so stay tuned. Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.